Salutations, bronies! Persian Poetess here, and if you haven't already, you might want to check out my welcome video to find out what you can expect to see from this channel in the future. As a bonus, you get to see me actually moving my mouth as I'm talking, and not just staring into your soul awkwardly like this. For my very first analysis video, I decided to tackle a topic that has puzzled a fair share of MLP fans. That topic being male alicorns. In the cartoon, it seems that every mare and their mother is granted alicornhood. Yet the bros on the show don't seem to receive any love. While admittedly Equestria's population is dominated by the filly variety, the lack of male alicorns is still too perplexing a phenomenon to ignore. Are the writers implying that stallions on the show are inferior? That perhaps they are merely concerned with devoting their lives to tubs of jelly and nothing more? To quote Dear Applejack, nah. I believe that there is in fact a stock of viable stallion alicorn candidates worth discussing. Before I mention them, let me cover what I deem are the 3 factors that lead to the ultimate ascension of ponydom. Factor number 1, true devotion to magical study and/or practice. Clearly the alicorns on the show, whether by poring through tomes like Twilight Sparkle or practicing one's ability to spread love and light such as Cadence, unquestionably live and breathe magic. The magic they partake in isn't necessarily talent-related, such as Rarity's power of fashion fabulosity. No, it must be magic that literally can shift the world and environment. In other words, impact it in significant ways. Factor number 2, understanding the power of friendship. Equestria's most potent magic is often generated or countered by the mysterious force of friendship. Equestrian society appears to thrive best when it maintains a truly harmonious balance. Friendship is one of the highest forms of harmony, as it involves uniting your fate with another's, and that person, pony, in turn uniting their fate with yours. Which is why Twi here often needs the rest of the gang in order to take down the baddies and really save the day. Factor number 3, creating new magic. Funny enough, I'm less sure about this factor. The reason why I believe it is a likely requirement is because alicorns like Celestia, Luna, Twilight, and Cadence have all contributed new magic to the land of Equestria. Granted, Celestia and Luna were stated as being born alicorns by Faust. They still, however, were able to find a way to raise and lower the sun and moon without having to wrangle up a large group of unicorns to do so. Cadence also created new magic, seeing as her strong power for spreading love allows her to blast creatures like Queen Swiss cheese legs out of the building. Lastly, Twilight was able to decode a misunderstood spell and use it as a way to restore her friends' true destinies. Now if you ask me, that does sound like a powerful new form of magic. Alrighty, enough gilding the lily. Let's get to the candidates. Our first candidate comes from early in Equestria's history. He is unsurprisingly Starswirl the Bearded. Starswirl obviously excels in the magic requirements of alicornhood. As Twilight mentioned in defense of her interesting costume choice, Starswirl is officially documented as an inventor of new magic, such as the amniomorphic spell. Wait just a minute, in fact he created over 200 spells. So why no alicorn ascension for Starswirl? Well, naturally Celestia has to be a troll, and just spoil the answer before I can give it. In Magical Mystery Cure, she explains to Twilight that Curlybeard here was unable to ascend because he never appreciated the fact that friendship is magic. Therefore, our gloriously bearded friend just doesn't have the chops to receive himself a pair of pretty wings. Sorry, Swirly. The next stallion from the times of yore worth noting is King Sombra? Yes, King Sombra. Like Starswirl, Sombra had a masterful understanding of magic, and a magic that was very unusual for Equestria, dark magic. Though terrorizing your subjects is no justification, Sombra sought to push his abilities and best what all other ponies had ever done. His grip on the environment was much more significant than that of Star Swirl, Celestia, or Luna combined. The wicked equine was able to completely cloud the land in dark, ominous storm clouds and summon up sinister crystals out of the wazoo for Celestia's sake. In Sombra's case, however, the reason why becoming an Alicorn was not in the cards for him isn't even for the simple fact he didn't believe in friendship. The larger reason why is that he was an active disruptor of Equestria's harmony. Alicorn magic thrives off the delicate balance of harmony, and by severing the Crystal Empire's connection with the rest of the land, harmony went kaput. Therefore, Sombra's ascension by no stretch of the imagination would have been successful, and he'll just have to make do with having no set of matching red devil wings for his big scary horn. Enough mucking about in the past, let's examine our current stable of stallions and see how they fare. Prince Blueblood. Next! Alright, let me maturely explain why he just can't be a candidate. Fabio Pony is royalty, but as you saw in my outline earlier, royal blood is not a prerequisite for Alicornhood. It would be an interesting debate to determine if becoming an Alicorn always leads to a royal position, but at least I think we can all agree that being of noble birth in no way ups your chances. Plus, Goldilocks doesn't seem to lift a hoof, a horn, anything when it comes to spells that would affect his environment, so really, next. Big Mcintosh. Okay, hear me out, Big Mac fans. Yes, he's a model pony when it comes to upholding the value of friendship. Yes, he's loyal and so many wonderful things and sorry, I can't do this. There just isn't evidence that he's on the path to Alicornhood. I'm sorry, please. Can we move on? If you're still with me, there is a stallion that I'm sure many of you have been thinking of as this video has gone on and on. That stallion being none other than the Prince of Corn Dogs himself, Shining Armor. Shining just seems to have knocked all the requirements out of the ballpark. This radical bro devoted all the magic in his being to protect an entire city mere days before his wedding. While doing this, he not only forged an entirely new protection spell, he also put the well-being of the land before anything else. Granted, he wasn't exactly quick on the uptake, but he still followed through and joined forces with Cadence to use pure, unadulterated love and harmony to vanquish evil. Shining is certainly an impressive candidate and is easily on the path to Alicorn ascension. Unfortunately, it seems his royal duties to the Crystal Empire do interfere with the amount of time he would have to perfect his magic. Once again, another strike against being a royal while on the path to Alicornhood. That's the end of candidates to consider, right? Wrong! There are a group of strapping stallions, yes, that's right, a group that could make wonderful Alicorns. Can you guess who they are? The Wonderbolts, silly! Why are you looking at me all shocked? Think it through for a second. Pegasi do in fact possess a form of magical ability. They manipulate and create the weather, do they not? Plus, for those who may be unaware of this canonical fact, Princess Crystalheart herself started out as a Pegasus. Okay, so I feel you're willing to swallow that fact now, but I can still hear you screaming, Poetess, the Wonderbolts are a bunch of jocks. They don't pursue magic in the least bit. You're just grabbing at straws, you lazy analyst. Whoa there, friend, those are fighting words, calm down. Yes, the Wonderbolts do primarily focus on their athletic talent, but that talent does involve a good dose of magic. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been made privy to their special moves, but Wonderbolt's hopeful Rainbow Dash, for instance, can pull off a magnificent sonic rainboom. Who's to say the Wonderbolt Colts don't have a few special tricks up their hooves as well? In terms of the friendship requirement, quite a few of them could more or less fill it, seeing as they appreciate the power of working together as a team. Unfortunately, what works against the Wonderbolts is also that of time commitment issues. Derby racing and training up elite flyers just can't be juggled alongside ultimate magical ascension. As you can see, folks, There's no shortage of fellas that can step up to the plate of alicornhood. It is due to their fundamental character traits, obligations, and what have you, that they haven't been granted a shiny new horn or pair of wings. It would be desperate of the writers to twist the personalities of these ponies just to grant equal opportunity in terms of alicorn ascension. Hopefully, if you learn anything from this video, however, is that incompetence is not at all the reason for why none of the stallions on the show have been given the sacred status. I mean, come on, even the least likely of candidates are still shining examples of the best of what the males of Equestria have to offer. This is Persian Poetess signing out and reminding you that friendship is so awesome!